This tiny box right here claims that can send a 500 feet signal with no dropouts in HD. It's the Shimbol TP Nano. Today I'm not just going to read you the spec sheet, we are going outside. I will be pushing it to the actual limit and finding out exactly where the signal breaks. Let's find out if this is legit. Okay, now I have connected to Samsung deck, connecting the HDMI port to USB-C port from my Samsung S25 Ultra. We will be testing the range. The complete video and the feed is getting straight from the smartphone on the actual screen. So let's test the range. I will be blocking that side. And well, it's a line of sight, so we understand how much distance can we get with this wireless transmission in this open field, and yes, outside it's already pretty hot. And if we get a signal cut out, I will be getting back into the studio and check the actual range. So for now I am going back and walking so we get a clear understanding how much range can we get with this system. I will be walking back for about 100 meters because yes, I don't really think this is meant with bigger antennas, but this could be kind of the best option. Let's say go back 100 meters and then check if we got the signal or if we got a cutout in between. So I'm still walking back with the line of sight so we don't actually interfere with it. And well, we are now about more than 100 meters from my actual recording, and now I will be getting back and we will check if we got some signal cutouts or if the video was smooth. So now I'm walking back in this empty field. I have a small highway on the back side of me, and actually I'm recording all of this my Sony a7S III with a small tripod on my car, just in this scenario, or let's say MAURO'S films testing ground. So I am getting back, and you are seeing the recording of my boys going downhill at the Leogang bike park in Austria. Yes, both my 7-year-old and 4-year-old were down top to bottom. It was a pretty long ride. And well, I'm getting back to check if we got the connection still going on. Well, it looks that it's going on. Probably is a little choppy because, well, this is an now wireless DeX solution, but it recognizes a wired solution. Let's go back into the studio. Yes, in the test we got a dropout at about 80 to 90 meters from my car and from my rig where I was filming. And in between 70 to 80 meters we got some like hacks and actually some stuttering in the actual image. And after 90 meters the image dropped out and got back at about 80 meters, and it ran smoothly from 70 meters back. So the stated range of 500 feet could be actually possible in probably other scenarios, but I was free of Wi-Fi and actually the ground was straight and I was in a line of sight with the smartphone to face the actual receiver or in between the transmitter. This was the range that I got, about 90 meters until the dropout, or clean image about 70 meters, and do your math for the feed. Yes, you get the cable to connect straight to your smartphone via USB-C, so the actual USB-C feed will be transformed on the HDMI cable to get going and get the feed outside for an HDMI monitor. That's amazing. So what you get in the box? Well, the Shimbol transmitter and the Shimbol receiver. You get a standard USB-C cable and you get another USB-C to USB-C cable. And yes, you get the instruction manual. The TP Nano Shimbol compact wireless video transmission system is designed for creators who need to send a live HDMI feed from a camera or phone to a monitor, without running filthy feeds of cable along the set. Some of the spec features: 2000 mAh battery rated for about 4 hours of continuous using built-in. Support both mirrorless cameras, DSLR plus phones via HDMI. magnetic mounting so you can snap it straight to compatible rigs, auto-frequency hopping, which means it constantly scanning the cleanest channel to avoid interference from Wi-Fi routers, other transmitters, or control RF environments. So on the transmitter you have HDMI in, USB-C 5V for actual charging, on/off button, and on the other side we have the connection status with the battery level. Nothing else, this is pretty simple. And on the bottom we have the 3.5mm connection. For the latency test I did a simple clap sync, clapping in front of the camera and comparing it when I hear and see the receiving monitor. The delay is small enough that monitoring purposes will be no problem. Checking focus, framing exposure, and is completely usable. So does the Shimbol TP Nano hold the actual stated values? Well, yes and no. Well, yes, because it will work in a normal standard scenario where you don't need more than 50 meters or wireless transmission. Indoor, probably enough. Outdoor, if you want to go longer and more distant, the lack of an outside antenna with a bigger gain is clearly visible, but for a standard production this will be pretty fine. If you are a solo creator or a run and gun shooter, or you just need a reliable wireless monitoring without breaking the bank, this is worth a serious look. This is just about 80 bucks. The first link in the description will guide you straight to the buying site for the TP Nano from Shimbol. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, I will be happy to answer to all them. Until my next one, thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe with the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a new video, and see you on my next one.